Hi, today we are following some viral Chinese TikTok, aka Douyin, and 小红书 hair and makeup tutorials. If you're curious to see which ones I curated for you, please keep on watching. Let's start off with foundation. I found a lady on 小红书 who's going to teach us how to best apply cushion foundation. Let's watch that now.
第一点，新气垫啊，咱们第一次用的时候不能直接上脸，要先激活。方法就是把你那个包装膜撕掉以后嘛，用它自带的这个粉扑垂直按压，有一个轻揉的动作，让里边的这个精华跟粉充分的融合到一起，轻揉，大概压个4、5次吧，就差不多了。完事儿呢，你会发现这个粉扑上好多粉呀，这个粉是不能上脸的，量太多。我们取一张干净的纸巾，把里边的粉都压出去，不要怕浪费。正确的取粉方式注意一下啊，咱们不是得把手指头塞进那个袋子里吗？重点不要去塞几根手指，重点是塞进去以后，这个粉扑不能左右来回晃的。像我呢，一般都是3根手指，然后把这个粉扑放到这个气垫的取粉的中间，垂直的放，手指头往后退一退，把手指受力的这个点放到粉扑的中间，再去按压取粉。取完之后，你看它这个粉是全部集中在粉扑的中间的位置的。所以我们正确取粉了以后呢，在它的这个盖子上压一压，给它拍均匀。怎么算匀了？你看刚取完粉之后的粉扑是这样的，压完了之后到这种程度，没有明显的粉的这个边界线就可以了。第3点就是这个粉扑在脸上的正确落点是哪里？应该是鼻翼跟眼中间连接点的这一块区域，以这个地方为中心落地一下，然后慢慢的往外边去过渡啊。外面拍的差不多了以后，再去拍咱们的鼻翼。鼻翼拍的时候呢，把它扒开。这个手势啊，用咱们的中指去按压这个粉扑，去用力轻轻按压。一般情况下呢，像鼻翼还有面中这一小块会有毛孔，咱就蹭着上，你看就会有一点点被填平的感觉。再去带眼睛，眼下这块呢也是指尖用力，然后眼皮子上其实就轻轻的拍2下就可以了。额头。然后像是瑕疵比较明显的地方呢，就用这个粉扑的尖尖去取刚刚这个盖子上面的余粉，然后在上面多叠加几次就可以了。但是这还没结束呢啊！这些完了以后，再使点劲，多拍它个1、2分钟。气垫它就是你越拍的时间久，它越瓷实，装修越好看。好，咱们看一下两边的区别。你看这边上出来的装修就是这样的，既轻薄，完了呢遮瑕力还好，还很贴肤，一点遮瑕都没有上的程度啊，这是。但如果你要是不注重手法的话，同一款气垫取粉直接上脸也不看上哪儿，你看多厚，夹面的很，你想法去补你都补不回来。所以手法跟用量什么的还是挺重要的啊。然后我们擦掉啊。就气垫呢也最好是分区域一块一块的去上，我一般都是先上完右脸，再上额头，然后就可以左脸、额头，这就是只用一个气垫上出来的妆效。刚上脸的时候妆效是这样的，半天后微微出油的妆效，以及1天之后出油了的妆效，它都是很服帖、很拔脸的。
As per the video, she's saying to place as many fingers as you can on the pad so that it's nice and tight. Wiggle your fingers down to the center of the pad because that's where you want most of the product. And then you want to dab it onto this to make sure you have an even coat on your sponge. And when you're first laying down the cushion foundation, you want it to be in line with your eyes and around your nose area. So right here. So when you're doing your nose, you have to move your nose out and then swipe to fill in the pores. The swiping method really does work. You can see that the pores around my nose look pretty good. And she says that you want to be tapping it in for about 2 minutes to really make sure that you're getting it all in. And lastly, you kind of do your eyes. This is the second shade of Tier foundation that I've purchased. The first one that I purchased was way too light. I purchased it in 17N. And this one is still a little bit light, but it's definitely more wearable than 17N. I guess being light isn't a bad thing because it perfectly matches the vibe of 小红书. That's foundation done. Let's watch a blush video.
No! God, please, no! No!
不会还有人像这样打不好腮红吧？比个1
Yes!
多中提，比个8
Yes!
要提拉，比个0
Yes!
很立体，比个7
Yes!
够简明。
That looks simple enough. I usually apply a little bit more blush than what she does in the video. I'm going in with my Dior Rosy Glow blush and I'm going to follow that first technique where she puts her finger right here and applies the blush right on top. Because I have a longer mid face and I like to shorten it with my blush technique. The blush application is definitely higher up towards my eyes than what I'm used to, but we are trusting the process. Okay, on to eyebrows.
你还在这样的画眉毛吗？从头画到尾，画出个边框，然后
That's how I used to do my eyebrows in 2016.
眉头的直接横着画眉头，既显得妆浓又不好看。这边呢是我日常画的眉毛，对比一下两边。如果你不会画眉毛的啊，可以跟我一起学起来，教大家怎么能画出自然的毛流感的眉毛。画眉毛之前先用定妆粉定妆，这样我们画出的眉毛更持久，好上色。我用的是干皮专用的水雾粉，用完之后不会干啊。如果你不知道眉笔用什么颜色，那我推荐大家可以用这个02号自然棕色的这样的一个眉笔，极细眉笔3角头，画的时候给笔尖立起来，从下往上这样画，它能画出来这种一根一根的毛流感啊。所以说这样画出来的眉毛它才够自然，不用雪尖直接就是拧出来的笔芯就是这种极细的。眉尾是从眉峰的地方拉向太阳穴，然后这样斜着画。 这个眉笔啊，它的颜色就你怎么描都不会那么的深，就是非常自然的一个碳素的笔芯。再用另外的一头螺旋刷，眉头从下往上刷，眉中就顺着眉毛刷，眉尾的话是往眉梢刷啊。最后我们再蘸一点点这个遮瑕，把多余的部分直接用遮瑕给它遮干净。这样一个特别自然而且不挑人啊，这样的眉。
I'm not sure what type of eyebrow pencil she's using, but I have the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and it looks like the Brow Wiz is a little bit softer and the tip is a little bit bigger than what she's using in the video, but we shall try. Her first step is to apply a little bit of foundation over your eyebrows so that the brow pencil can go on a little bit easier. The strokes at the front to go upwards, the strokes on the side to go diagonally, and the strokes down the end to go down. Clean up everything with some concealer. Eyebrows are done. Let's watch an eyeshadow video.
新手眼影画法，这期教你们多色眼该怎么用，一共4步。第一步，不管啊你用的是什么牌子的眼影，我们先找到里面最浅的哑光色，一般都是这种浅杏仁米色系的。比如这个盘里呢，明显是这个，那这个呢是这个，这里边的是这个，哎，这个盘里就是这个。重点是让你们学会怎么认清这个颜色啊。然后找到眼影刷里面最大最蓬松的那支，蘸取它，抖2下。平铺到上下眼皮上，大概呢就是2到3遍的样子。其实这步啊是不太需要去看手法的，只要你能给它扫开，然后能够看出两边有明显的色差的时候就可以了。第2步呢，就是要确定你今天的眼妆的主色调，也就是说你今天是想要粉色的眼妆啊，还是棕色的呀？大号铺色刷蘸取你今天想要的这个颜色，抖2下，然后从后眼角的这个地方开始往前去带。然后上面扫差不多了呢，可以这样瞪着，就是把下面的这个睫毛根给露出来，就用里面的余粉去带一下下面。画完之后呢，再去蘸粉，把整个过程重复个2到3遍，让它整体是后面深前面浅，睫毛根深，然后越往上越浅，这样就对了。第3步呢是找一把小号的铺色刷，用刷子的尖尖去蘸取盘里面的最深色，一般情况下都是这种深棕色。蘸粉，然后抖一抖，还是从后眼角开始，紧贴着睫毛根部一点点的往前蹭，直到眼头，然后余粉去加深整个的下睫毛根儿。其实到这一步呢，整个眼睛的轮廓就已经有了。但是呢，到这儿不是就结束了，来到一个小重点，拿一把蓬松的刷子蘸取你盘里面的浅米色，大概就这种粉饼或者散粉的也可以，把刚刚上色的每一层的这个边缘给它晕一下，眼妆会显得更干净。最后呢是卧蚕跟闪片，卧蚕啊，找到眼影盘里面偏修容的这个颜色，稍微蘸一点，然后眯起眼睛，把你的卧蚕给挤出来，从黑眼球的正下方落笔，前后带一带，带的这个过程啊，全程都是眯着眼的，因为这样的话你的卧蚕是一直在这儿的，你就知道晕染的范围了。然后呢，还是可以取一点这种浅米色叠加在你卧蚕的那个肉条上，卧蚕会更真实干净。如果你想让眼睛更灵动一点呢，就无名指去取盘里面的珠光色，然后在上眼皮的正中间的位置轻点，不要蹭着上，轻点，然后慢慢的往上带一带，给它过渡自然。再把睫毛跟眼线加上就。
The eyeshadow palette that I'm using today is my trusty MAC one. I'm going in with the first skin tone rice color that she described and applying it all over my eyelids. I'm going in with the darker color here. This is MAC's Omega. And starting off at the outer corner, deepening up the outer corner and lash line. And she says this is the main color of your eyeshadow. So you can choose a pink deeper shade or a brown deeper shade. And she says we can go in 2 or 3 more times to deepen up the color. Now using a small smudge brush, we're going in with the darker shade for our lash line. Now we have to go back in with that rice color and blend out all the edges, blend out all 3 layers as edges. So outer edge, inner edge. And next the Egg Yourself makeup, I'm using the Too Cool for School Modern Art Class palette. I'm going in with that darkest contour shade and doing the Egg Yourself. She tells you to squint, so let me squint. Going back in with that lightest color in the quad and highlighting the Egg Yourself region. This is the glittery eyeshadow that I'm going to use today. This is the Dewy Glossy Eyes by Misha. And applying it at the center of the eye and then blending. Now going in with eyeliner and eyelashes, I'm using my trusty MAC Brun to draw the liner. I think personally I would have used a glittery Aiguille highlight because I feel like that matte shadow that I already had, Max Brulee, on top of all of those brown shades, it's looking a little bit grey, but we are trusting the process. Let's move on to eyelashes. And now let's watch a fake eyelash tutorial.
睫毛夹抵住眼皮往上推，露出睫毛根部，一松一夹分段往上夹我们的睫毛，然后我们涂上睫毛定型。第一簇贴在黑眼球内侧，贴在睫毛下面睫毛根部的位置；第二簇贴在黑眼球中间，贴上停几秒再放镊子；最后一簇是黑眼球外侧，贴在睫毛的上面。贴完从正面和侧面看都很翘，也不分层，还不快去试。
I'm curling my eyelashes and then I'm going to apply these cluster lashes that I bought from Yes Style. These are the cluster lashes that I bought. This mascara that I'm using here is a Japanese mascara because I find that it holds my curl a lot better than some of these Western tubing mascaras. And I usually don't apply my fake eyelashes underneath my real eyelashes, so this is going to be a first for me. Now the fake eyelashes are on, the glue is still drying so it looks a little bit milky white on my lash line. I quite like that video. Next up I have is a nose contouring video, so let's watch that together.
蘸取修容色，在山根处画双 C， 笔尖画 U， 中间用余粉连接，快速晕染开。蘸取哑光高光，提亮整理一下。
I chose that nose contouring video because it looked quite natural. There's some nose contouring videos that look so dramatic that I think that if you were wearing it in public, walking around in natural light, it would be so obvious. So let's draw the two C's. And now the U. And then the two lines on either side. And then blending everything together. And then going with a lighter color to clean it all up, and adding some highlight. Again, just like the nose contour, I chose a video for the lips that's quite wearable, so let's watch it together. In the video, she's using a MAC Luster Gloss in Bricky Red. I don't have that, so I'm using like I was saying. And first you're drawing a line in the center of the Cupid's bow. And then after that, you're drawing two diagonals. And then you're marking out the outer corners of your lips. She's blending it all together with a brush. And then lastly, adding a little bit more to these two regions. The makeup's all done following those videos. I'm going to add a light dusting of some translucent powder because I get so oily. Let's move on to hair. The hair video that I have is a half up, half down do, and it's meant to make your face look smaller and give the illusion of a higher cranial vault. Let's watch it together.
耳朵斜向上，取前侧一片头发，用橡皮筋扎起来。另外一侧同理，扎好后将两个辫子合并在一起，用橡皮筋固定起来。将绑好的辫子从中间的洞中由下向上翻过来，扯紧橡皮筋，再用一个南瓜夹固定在下方，起到支撑作用。想要更加活泼俏皮感，可以在耳后分别取一束头发编成3股麻花辫，少女感满满，减龄一选点小，快试下看啦！
She is so pretty. I've actually tried this hairstyle a few times. It worked best when I took bigger chunks of hair and tied it up from behind my ears. When the half up portion doesn't have enough hair, it doesn't fall down and cover the claw clip very well. Make sure you're flipping the top portion from underneath the loop. I think the hardest part of this hairstyle is making the top part neat. That's the hair done and I think it looks super cute. I really enjoyed making this video because I got to try out different techniques which I usually wouldn't do, like applying those false eyelashes underneath my own eyelashes. I hope you learned something and enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.